The other problem is, we got to make sure we take care of our pets and friends and neighbors. And speaking of pets, let's talk about it right now,
Yeah,
guys.
we love it. Okay, so floating with Fido sounds like a fun time, but there are some safety tips that you might not know about, and we have some expert advice this morning from Robin Dexter from the Humane Society of Missouri, and you have Beauty with us.
I do. Isn't she cute?
Yes, she is cute. Do you want to talk about Beauty real quick? Because Beauty's up for adoption, right?
She is, yes. She was on the show earlier this morning. She is a 6-year-old Chihuahua mix. She came to us at the beginning of June from a puppy mill, and so she's still kind of figuring out how to be a dog.
Yeah.
She seems like the kind of dog that like once she got into a home and like had some love, she'd really open up. So
Do you think she likes treats? I have some treats.
you can try. She did just get some teeth pulled, so I don't know how well her chewing is.
Okay.
Robin, she is so cute, though.
I know,
So
isn't she
cute.
sweet?
She's surveying the area.
She is.
Kind
She's
of,
very
taking
alert.
it all in.
Hi, oh, she's kind of shaky.
She is.
You said that. Sorry, but that happens a lot where they've been in a cage and they're just kind of like
They're shut down.
shut down.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
sad. So since she's 6 years old, she's probably hasn't really known the life of like most family pets in that whole time. So she's got a lot to learn still about being a dog, which is sad. But
Yeah,
she'll
but
get there. She will. I believe
get
in her.
there.
Yeah, she will get there. Just needs to open up. So water safety for pets.
Yeah, let's talk about that because we always think about water safety for people, we
Right.
stress it, but really there are incidents with pets too.
Yeah, so a lot of people like to take their dogs on float trips in the summer. If you're like
Yeah.
floating down the Merrimack or something, you might see someone with a dog on their raft. So there's all kinds of stuff that you want to consider if you're thinking about taking your dog into an environment like that. The first being, would they even enjoy it, right? Because
Yeah.
some dogs, Beauty probably wouldn't
Right.
enjoy that. Just maybe at some point, but probably right
Yeah.
now, not so much.
Yeah.
But people with dogs that love water, dogs that are really well behaved and know how to stay close to their people, might be a great environment for them. But there's all kinds of things to consider in that decision.
Yeah. Would you even said, not to forget a first aid kit? So is there something
Absolutely.
that we should be putting in our first aid kits for pets?
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to people. So if you think maybe they might like rip a nail or something on a rock, you want to have something that'll stop that blood flow and be able to clean that up. Gauze, things like that.
What
Makes sense.
about life vest?
Life vests
type of
are
deal.
great for dogs.
Yeah.
They make a lot of them that have handles on the back. So if you need to like quickly haul them back into your raft, that's an easy way to do it. And then also if they're maybe not the strongest swimmer or they're learning to swim still, a life jacket, just like with people, is a really good way to ensure that safety.
Yeah, I remember the first time that my husband and I owned a dog together.
Yes.
We took her floating and we just threw her in the water.
Yeah, like,
It's
they can swim.
It's like one of those traumatic things. And I
Right.
feel so guilty about it now,
Yeah.
because she was like, so scared, and then never liked water after that.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Can that happen?
It can. So maybe
Yeah.
letting them like adjust to the water on their own terms. So
Yeah.
maybe don't. My dog.
I mean,
just-
we weren't like that. We
my
didn't
dog
like
did the
throw
same
her,
thing
throw
though. Like
her,
we
but-
took her on her first float trip, and she was like really curious about the water, and then jumped off the side, and then was like, "Oh, I regret this immediately."
Yeah.
So it's maybe a good idea to get them introduced to water
Have to
beforehand.
mark there, because I kind of look at Michelle like Tanya Haddix, like I kind of put her in that category
come
with the
on.
chimp thing, and now this whole abuse. Is PETA? Can we get to PETA quick? Can we
gotta be.
patch him in? No, I get it. You make a lot of mistakes. We do with children,
Yeah.
right? We're like, I can't believe I did that. What about snakes and that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wildlife.
so a lot of our Missouri rivers have snakes in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most common ones include water moccasins. So you're
Yeesh.
just going to want to keep an eye out for them mostly. Chances are on more crowded rivers like the Merrimack and the Huzzah, they're going to be kind of staying away because there's a bunch of people out. And they don't really like being around a ton of people. But just keep an eye out for them. They like to be along the edges and in the underbrush, so that's always something to think about.
I hate to think about going on some sort of family float trip with your dog and just, hey, we're having a great time, and then something really bad happens, or maybe
Yeah.
you get separated from your dog, or
Right.
I'm sure that
Oh,
happens in
gosh.
the summer, don't you think?
Yeah, and then other dogs maybe that are on the trip
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, you want to keep them close the whole time, whatever
Yeah.
that looks like for you and your family. Keep them close, keep them with the kids, with the people, in the raft as much as possible, maybe on if you have like a long line or something, just so that they don't wander off or get lost.
Yeah, and extra water, extra snacks, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
if you have a dog who really loves to swim, they're going to be expending a lot of energy, right? They're going to be out there paddling and having a great time and frolicking with the kids. So you're going to want to bring probably extra food for them because they're burning a bunch of calories, and extra water because they're probably going to want to drink the river. Maybe
Oh,
you don't want
yeah.
them to drink the river.
I
'cause
was
that
wondering
can
about
be-
that.
Well, I was thinking about blue algae, you know, and all of those
Yeah.
algae blooms that we tend to
Well,
see.
even with dogs with more sensitive stomachs, just having water that's not the usual drinking water can cause some issues. So
Giardia.
yeah, we don't need that.
Giardia.
Nobody
But
needs
that's
that.
That is the worst.
Right.
Okay, so what else is going on in the Humane Society? Anything else that you want to mention?
And you guys do such a great job
Yeah, thank
when you
you.
come. I mentioned last night, we only see your ankles usually
Yes.
when the doggies come, but you guys are so great at this. Yeah. What else is up going on?
Yeah, we always have a lot going on. We always have hundreds of animals that need homes. So if you're looking for a new dog, a new cat, a new guinea pig, anything like that, we have tons of animals at our Macklin Avenue shelter, and then we also have a shelter out in Maryland Heights.
You have guiney pigs right now?
We do.
Do you have
And
any
bunnies.
chimps? Any chimps?
No chimps.
Named
Sorry.
Tonka? Okay.
We do not.
Good. That's good. That was a test.
That was a test. You passed. Well, it's funny because my son asked me for a rat. And I was
Okay. We
like,
We have rats every now and then too.
And
I
I
mean,
hear
rats
they're
are
very
great.
well
They're
behaved.
very
and
behaved
smart.
and they're
They make
smart.
great pets. Yeah.
I don't
They're
want
not for
a rat,
everybody.
though. They're not for
but-
everybody, yeah.
But people who love them really love them.
It's the
Yeah.
skin tail that I'm not a big fan of.
I know.
We
it.
could,
But
decorate that
I
or
was
something.
like, oh my gosh, maybe we should get a guinea pig.
Yeah, love guinea pigs. I had guinea pigs growing up.
You
They're great.
did?
Yes, they
Yeah.
make great pets. They're not nocturnal like hamsters and gerbils.
Oh,
so they're like
okay.
more sociable and they're out more, which is great.
Do they leave poop pebbles everywhere?
They
or?
do.
They
Oh,
sure
they
do.
But they're easy
And
to
they have the
clean.
funniest little noise, though.
Oh,
They're
really?
easy to
Yeah.
clean too.
Okay.
So they make great pets. I would recommend them personally.
All
Okay,
right,
well,
that's a personal
thank
recommendation
you.
right
Yeah.
there.
Thanks
Don't let them.
so
Don't
much,
throw them in the
Robin.
water, though.
Yeah,
They-
no.
they're guinea
No,
pig.
I wouldn't.
Oh my gosh. Thank you,
right.
Robin. And thank you, Beauty.
Of course, thanks for having us.
She went immediately.
She's had the time of her life
Really
here.
appreciate
She's
it.
doing okay. She's
Yeah.
just kind of taking it all in.
Yeah.